Welcome to Captain of Industry. My name is Corporal Hobbs, and we are back in episode 11. So, sorry for the delay in between the episodes. Just got sick over the past 2 weeks. Just an upper respiratory thing. Starting to feel better, but if the video suddenly stops for a second, you see me freeze the frame. It's just me coughing real quick. Hopefully, I get it in time so you don't hear it on the mic. But picking up where we left off in the last episode, we were looking at expanding our farming and connecting that over to our settlement here and getting our food processor up and running. Since then, I've looked at possible ways of doing that and decided on something, so we'll go over that. And then the other thing that happened was we got the update for 4.2. Which introduced a lot of cool things, mainly getting rid of the old style bridges. So now these are obsolete. We can still place them down, but they're no longer going to be the primary way of doing the vehicle ramps. So there's a new way for that. And the other thing is they changed the ghosting images, so hopefully this is a little bit easier to see. We'll have to look on the video to tell on that, but in the meantime, just basically picked up right where episode 10 ended. Too much, or not that much time has passed. We're still working on the last of the research here that will get us the internet, and then we'll go back to doing vehicle pollution. So looking at our settlement, instead of having our settlement over here like it is currently, I'm thinking we are going to move the settlement. So big idea, we have our production over here. So this is where all of our raw ores are going to be processed and transformed into either their plates, their steel, like concrete or glass, as well as our silicon. We got gravel over here. We have our power plant over here running off of our coal. So this area here is all of our production side. This area, we are going to try and dig this out as soon as possible, so we can landfill this and flatten it back out. And we are going to turn this area right here into our train yard, where we're going to have all of our train stations unloading over to fill up our massive stockpiles. So we'll extend all of these storages out to at least here for now. So I think that's going to be about 10 storages, as well as the storages we have here. So we should have massive stockpiles. One of the updates with 4.2 is the rendering for items, so that shouldn't be an issue for us now. We shouldn't kill our frame rate too bad, so that's a nice improvement going forward. But that leaves this area here. So I'm thinking we're going to use this area here as our trade hub. So all of our contracts that we will eventually start incorporating. So like a lot of these contracts for either getting coal or wood or copper, doing one for imported goods, which we'll be looking at, mostly this diamond one. We'll need iron, limestone, oil, all of these different types of contracts. I'm thinking we will have all of those shipyards over here. We'll be able to have enough room to tie in train stations over here. That way we can have trains pick up stuff, bring it over, drop it off here. Everything will be right here, and then our production is all through here, so we can also either incorporate train stations to pick up, to bring, to drop off their respective resources that we'll need. So either slag or rock or, consumer electronics, servers, however we're going to do it. All of our production is right here anyways, and we've already made sure that we have room here for our little trucks to get into over here. So I'm thinking this area here for shipyards, this area here is going to be our main train station for drop-off, our production for all of our raw ores, as well as our power. And then nuclear power will probably... We'll have to think about how we're going to do that in the future, eventually. And then we have our giant mall here of all of our production using our main base that we're kind of taking the idea from Factorio of doing. And then we have our oil refinery here. So I'm thinking we do our settlement down here. So the idea is we'll do our settlement over here. We'll do our wastewater treatment and trash burning over here. We can connect it into this area here for water. So we can get seawater here, process it through, turn it into drinking water. We can feed that water into our farms. So our farms, I'm thinking, are going to go this direction. And we can expand out this direction, as well as we can go left and right over this way. And part of our farms means we are going to need to start looking at making all of the different food products and giving that to the settlement. So the idea here is all of our different food products will go into our food markets here on this side of the settlement. We'll have these new style vehicle ramps, the custom ones that we can make. Will be right here to allow vehicles to still pass through, as well as have access to our boxes, our storage. And then same thing over here, we'll have access to a vehicle ramp to get over so our vehicles can still pass through everything. And then we have this area to work with for expanding our water and waste as our settlement grows. And then same with this side as well. And then the added benefit of that is anything that we need for our food processing. So mainly like sulfur, limestone, salt, slag, getting rid of slag, bringing in rock, the glass, the steel, the plastic that we'll need for all these different builds. We can pull directly off of our main bus here and route it in, as well as when we start getting into our consumer goods. So let's see, what's the best way to look at this? Probably be through the housing. So getting into our household goods, our household appliances, our luxury goods, and then our, what's the other one? The laptops. We'll be able to put the production down here after science and then route those in right over here to this side of the settlement. So we'll have all of our settlement inputs here on this side, all of our outputs out here and over here, as well as we can tie in our recycling over here, and then connect it in with the recycling for our labs and then process that down to our recycling center here. To recycle all of our materials so we can get some of that stuff back. And then it's a quick trip for the vehicles to bring to the storages. And then one of the things I've been working on while I was sick was changing up the food processor. So before, this was the build that I put together last season for a food processor. So this will make all of the different food types. So you'll have eggs, tofu, bread, cake, sausage, meat, snacks, as well as cruise supplies, food packs if you need food packs, if you decide to do the food pack for either ammonia or oil. This blueprint can support that using all your extra food being produced here. And then each of these are the dedicated builds, and they're all designed to be easily expandable. So this was the blueprint book that I put together, and part of update 4 is now we have the integration with the COI hub. So you can actually come on here and search, and you can look for the all-in-one food processor, and you can actually have access to this blueprint here, as well as the separate folders in here. The only thing you won't have access to is the upgraded version that I put together. That one will be for our YouTube members, for those that are supporting the channel. But the version 2 version, it uses all the same builds as this. So you can recreate it pretty easily. It's in here in the miscellaneous. I just started with a sorter, and then I went through and put each of these buildings, so you can either do the expansions or the start of each one, so you can see what belt is carrying what material, and then I just rearranged them. So let's go over that. So the way the food processor works, we'll go over the new one. So coming from our farms, we have our belts, our U-shaped belts, as well as our flat belts underneath that are pulling out all the different materials from our farms. We have our water and our fertilizer here, and basically the way this works is we have a set of balancers. So we have a balancer here, so it just takes all 4 inputs, all 4 outputs, and then we have 2 balancers, one for each side. So this one will control the water for this side of the build, and then this balancer has the water for the other side, and then vice versa for the fertilizer, and it just sends pipes over on each side for each of them, and it just outputs to each one in line. And then the same for the belts, just using U-shaped belts, and the flat belts comes into the middle here, and then there's a balancer where it will prioritize each set of farms down the line before it allows more, so we should be able to see backups and when we'll need to expand our belts as we go. So it should make it a little easier for us, and it's the same idea on the bottom. So 4 inputs, 3 outputs, 4 inputs, 3 outputs, and it has the priority input for the belts coming in from each lane of farms. And then it just expands down this way, and if we need more farms, we just paste them down out here on this side, or we can extend out on this side if the belts are still not oversaturated. But all of our raw materials, all of our food products from the farms will come in over here, goes down our bridge, and then it goes into our sorters. The way these sorters work, let me see, I should be able to show you. So the way each sorter works is it can support 6 belts coming in, and that goes into a U-shaped sorter or a flat sorter. So each one has 3 belts on it. Let's see if I can get a little bit closer so we can see. So 3 belts into a connector. Connector has pretty much unlimited throughput, and then same on the export side. So the item that we filter out, so either potatoes or wheat, whatever each item is from the belt, we pull off of on each side of the sorter, goes down onto a belt, and then feeds into here. It should pull out probably just over 2.5 belts, maybe 3 belts of material, depending on how like the material comes in on which belt and stuff. It could get backed up depending on like if there's more material on this side, just with the belt limitations. So that's one thing to consider, but that would be way down the line for us. But each one has some space here, so you can run material or belts underneath. And then everything is spaced out this way, and it's the same for the flat belts. But basically each item comes through, gets filtered out. So we have 3 belts of output to the storage, and then I doubled up the storages, so now there's 2 large storages for each item. And then anything that is overflow goes on these 2 belts out here. And then I added in a balancer here, and it prioritizes the output to these overflow storage boxes. And then once these boxes are full, it will output to a belt, that comes out here, one for flat, one for U-shape, over to our digesters where the material, so each of the different food items will be broken down into fuel, gas, and compost for anything that is in excess. And so that's how all of these items are sorted through all the way to the end. And the order that I went with, if you want to rebuild this yourself, is we do potato, corn, wheat, canola, then sugar, then soybean, and then poppy, then fruit, and then vegetable. And then same with the excess, so the overflow, which we can use and turn into other things, depending on what we want to do with it. And then I have the anaerobic digesters here, and these guys are all set up for every single item that they can take, including meat trimmings and eggs. And the meat trimming comes in over here. So we'll go down the list, or down the row here. So this is the chicken farms. So that's what we start with. In the old build, this was over here. And we were using these mixers here to make the animal feed. So it's the same build, same blueprint pretty much, just changed around a little bit, and then I added in a large buffer instead. But the chicken farms are here, so we can have our chicken farms. They'll output their carcasses and eggs on these belts where they'll get routed off to the rest of the build. And then excess comes over here. So we have excess eggs, excess chicken carcasses. And then I added in just a couple food processors here to take excess chicken carcasses, turn it into meat trimmings, and then have the meat trimmings come over here to be exported out to the digesters to be turned into fuel gas and compost. Same with any extra animal feed coming from the build. We shouldn't have any, because there's a priority over here for the animal feed coming from the build, from other processes in the build as the priority input through this balancer for our chickens. So we'll prioritize using that animal feed before we make more. So we shouldn't ever need this building, but it's here just in case. And then we have our biomass recipes to turn into compost. And that's basically like the garbage handling side of this blueprint. And then everything gets exported over here. So we have our food imports here, our final exports here for everything going to the settlements, and then our imports from our factory on this side. And then we can expand out this direction here. But we do chicken farms, then we do tofu, then we do bread, then we have cake, then we do our sausage, then meat, then snacks, and then medical. And then all of these blueprints, if you want to use this blueprint, you can. And then all of these expansions that I have in here will plug in just fine. You'll need to flip them, I believe, but they should hook up just like this. And then you can expand these out as you need for production. And then same with like bread. So I have expansions in here. Let's see. So, yep, that direction. So they'll hook on right here, and then bread expands out, and then so on with everything, including medical. So we can expand medical out over here. I think I just need to rotate it this way. Yep. And then medical expands out right here. The only thing I did different for this build is the medical build is slightly different, where I have all the inputs and outputs coming in over here on this side. Because a lot of these products that you need from your factory are only ever used to make medical 3. So I have a lot of the belts coming in here, and then they just do a 50-50 split, and then the rest continue on down the line. So that's how you would expand it out. So this one took a little bit of special work, just flipping some of these belts around and then moving some of the other belts, like this poppy belt from our storage comes all the way out over here. But this should give us plenty of room to expand. If we need, we should have room here as well to run any additional belts that we need if we need more of a certain product on the belt as we expand this in the future. But this is the medical build that I put together, so the version 2. And then again, on the COI hub, you can search for the all-in-one food processor. There's a part 1, part 2, and a part 3 that you can find that I've uploaded. And that will give you access to everything I have here in my library book, except for the food processor V2, you'll have the V1 version. Okay, so I did get a quick cough in there for a second. So let's get rid of this. Don't need that. Don't need that. And I'm thinking we let the trucks start building all of this. It's gonna take some time. So we'll let the trucks build all of this. We'll build our bridges so they can start doing that. And we'll build these. We'll just do one pipe each to here. We'll probably just do something like that. Same on this side. Like that. And then we'll just build one set of farms for now. So that's 8 farms, and we are currently using 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're using 8, so we'll just recreate everything over here. Which means we also need to unpause these guys and this guy. And we'll unpause all of these building or belts here. And same over here. So that gets the belts hooked up. We have the pipes hooked up, so we can unpause all of our pipes down here. Might as well just build the other side as well. It's just a couple tier 1 pipes, so not going to break the bank on us. And we'll unpause everything on this side. So that will get our farms hooked up. And then we will start with, I'm thinking just one set of belts going through here. We'll build everything here in the food build. I just really don't feel like trying to only build one. So we'll let that go. All of these do have the alerts set up on them, so that way we'll be notified if we are short on anything. But to help this process a little bit, I think we'll start deconstructing all of these settlement buildings that we don't need now. So we'll do all of these and these two as well. So we'll get that going. A lot of these notifications can be ignored. How are we doing on our mega excavators? Looks like, yeah, we have everything transferred over. So we're up to 41 of them. We got 2 of them sitting idle. Wonder which 2 are sitting idle. I'm not sure. Sure, it will be fine. Let's see. Yeah, we got project team working and project team working. Do we have extras? Nope. Okay. These guys are pretty much out of sand now. Yeah, there's nothing left that's showing up when we look. There's still a little bit left in the sides here, but nothing worth, I don't think, going after. So we'll start filling this area in so we can start using this for something if we need it. Which means we need to find a new sand mining area. Oh, I already did that. Okay. Yeah, so I have this sand mining over here that we started doing. Forgot that I put this down. So we'll have this area available. We'll be relying on trucks to bring the sand over for the moment. Eventually, we'll get trains to, I'm thinking, do that. But hopefully, we're not burning through sand too much. Yeah, we're using about 145, 148 at the moment. So hopefully, sand should keep up with our trucks. So that should be fine. These guys are done. So let's get rid of these guys. And we will incorporate them over here, which means we'll give them some more there. And then to help with the sand, what we'll do is allow the trucks to deliver sand if they need to, if they have a full load of sand. So like this guy that was just sitting there, he can drive over and dump some sand. So that should be good. We will get rid of this and this then. And then we will also level out this area here. So let's do that. There we go. Okay, so trucks can start filling this area in. I think I currently have the truck set to fill this area in as our priority. We'll finish this off, then dump here, just so this side is all ready to go. And then we'll start dumping over here. Or maybe we want to do that now. Yeah, because we'll let the trucks fill in this area first, because this might get in the way of our trains in the future. So we'll let that go. The other thing we can start working on now that the internet is done, we can get our research, our lab equipment 4s up and running. So to do that, we have lab equipment 3 right here. Here is our 4. So we got the assembler machines upgraded. I had that built in between the episodes before I started recording. So we got these going. We already hooked up our electronics 3 over here. So the only thing we should need to do now is, let's see. So we want this spot right here to be our lift. So we'll go like that. And then we'll go like that. We'll use some Unity to build that. And then this guy, this belt we will trim to, should be right there, I believe. And then we will copy this lift right there. We'll just use a connector for that. Build that in. And this should start making us lab equipment 4 now. And what we'll do is we'll keep a little bit in the storage. That way we can upgrade our labs. I'll also allow this stuff to finish working. So we'll do that. We need more compute, it looks like. So let's come over here to our data center. We have more servers, so we can fill this guy full. There we go. We will need to move this, so let's prep for that. We'll get rid of most of them and just leave 2 of them here to handle the transition over to this new area. And I'm thinking we'll do our computation maybe right down here. So our data centers. Yeah, the only thing we need access to is just water. So it doesn't really matter where we do this. But we'll see. We'll see what we want to do. So, let's see. So this should get some lab equipment being built. We got our first one. We'll speed this up with Unity. We have a good amount of Unity in storage. So there's that. This guy will be lab equipment 4 now. This one we can probably pause. I don't think we'll have the production to keep 2 of them going. Let's see. I think we're going to need 48. Yeah, 48. Which means we need 1 more of these guys. So we need 3 per. So if we do this twice more, that will give us 6. So we could run 2 of these potentially. To run 6 of these though, that means we need 96 of this. So let's go over. We will upgrade all of our assemblers here to see if that will keep up with our production. Yeah, we have the computation now, or the computing now. So 24. So that's 96. So that would keep up with 6 of these guys running. That means we also need 96 of our tier 2, which we do have. And then our tier 1, we are going to need 96 of, which just means we need to upgrade these guys. So we'll upgrade each of these machines. That will double their output to 48 and 48. We are using 32, 32. So that means we should upgrade. Honestly, we should probably just upgrade any of our tier 1 belts at this point. So tier 1 belts and pipes will upgrade to tier 2. And we are out of tier 3 construction parts. And that is because of we are out of tier 2, because we are out of tier 1, and I think that's just the storages, which I am fine with letting these guys output. Yeah, we still have plenty of tier 4 construction parts, so we'll hold off on that one. We'll keep the output to belts and pipes only if above 5400 on there. But the tier 1 and tier 2, we'll get a lot of that back once we delete everything over here, tear it all down. Oh, yeah, we won't be able to delete that one. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right there. And now we can delete these guys instead. Just so we have our food still over here, which means we'll need to leave that square, but we can delete all of this stuff here in the meantime. What we could also do is delete some of these storage boxes. That will give us some more tier 3 components. The only one I'll leave is the iron. And then maybe the tier 4 construction parts as well. But we'll do some quick removing here. Use our Unity. And that'll get us another almost 900 construction parts back. Same with these. Help speed up the process a little bit. And there we go. And last one. Okay. So that's all good. We'll need to help over here. Still got plenty of Unity, so let's use some Unity to finish up the settlement buildings. And then I think using Unity to finish up what we can with all of this will help out a lot. But yeah, I think at this point we're just waiting for this to get built. Let's see how our construction or our lab equipment is going. Perfect. We don't need to hold anymore. So we will upgrade these guys. What are we short on? Just some lab equipment. Okay. What's going on over here? Just a belt needs to get flipped. There we go. Okay. There's that. And that's everything upgraded now. So now we are good. So that should be fine. I think we'll just leave one of these guys running for the moment. It'll give us a little bit more Unity. And then we won't be using as much computing either. So do that. We'll upgrade some of this stuff over here just to help out. Could start upgrading some of these productions here to speed up this process, but yeah, I don't know if everything else will keep up, so we'll hold off on that for now. Let's let this get built, but we can start looking at our next researches. So I think first thing we'll do is unlock our medical supplies. Should have did that first. And then after that, we'll upgrade our microchip production. And then from there, we'll probably do our vehicle management just so we can get some more vehicles to help transport the sand that we'll need. And then from there, I think we'll just go down the upgrading the ship the last time. We'll do our recycling. Then we will do our consumer electronics with the robot assembly 2, do our solar panels, our electronic 4s, and then we'll get into titanium, then our superheated steam, and then from there we are gated by our space stations. So I think at that point we just do our vehicle limit and our crop yield, and then from there, I think we just research maintenance output until we can't anymore from that point on. So that will be the research priority. And I think I will get all of this built and then bring you guys back once that is done and we're ready to transition over to our new settlement location, and we can go over how that process works. So give me a moment and I'll see you guys once that's built. Alright, so we are back. So it took a couple hours, but we got everything built now. So we have our settlement rebuilt over here, our water treatment as well as waste burning, our data centers, our farms, and I've put down some extra farms as well just in case. And then we have our food blueprint put down as well as all of the hookups. And then I turned on some of the farms so we could start getting some food products in. That way it's a little quicker for the startup when I show you. But I also ran the pipes to connect our water and our fertilizer over here. So let's go through the process of turning this on and getting everything transferred over. So I think the way we will do that is we will pause and let's start unpausing everything we need. So from our last setup, we know we are going to need one waste burner, 2 of these guys, one of these, and then we'll need this guy, one of these, both of these, one, 2 of those, and that should be everything we need here. For data centers, we'll just need 2 of them, so we'll get those plugged in. So our main water is coming from our refinery. So it's coming through here to this balancer, and then it has a priority input for the water that we will get as extra from our water treatment. So that comes in as priority, and then we have a priority out to the data centers. So this is the water for the data centers, and then we'll put a alarm on here. If it ever drops below 75%, that means we have an issue. And then this comes over here, and then I just put 10 of them down with 10 data centers. So 10 water chillers, 10 data centers. And then I added in a balancer here with the priority being the water that comes back from the data centers to then go to the chillers. So we'll recycle that water first before we bring in new water. And then our water and fertilizer come through here. And over here we will unpause all of these, I'm thinking. Yeah, might as well. So I have some potatoes already here, some corn, some fruit and vegetables. Everything else is still over here inside the build, waiting to get processed. We do have some wheat, some sugar, and then we have some canola as well that is on the belt, and then soybean and poppy as well. Soybeans are almost backed up. and then corn and potatoes are going to take a while to back up. There's going to be a big delay with just waiting for everything to fill through all these buffers before we'll start knowing exactly what we need and dialing in everything. But I also got all of the storages over here filled. I think for now we'll just leave it to the trucks to do. I do have the belts ready to go to plug in for the steel, the glass, and the plastic. So we could get those 3 belts plugged in. Water is already being plugged, or has been plugged in. Rock is going to come from trucks, and then sulfur, limestone, and salt. I think I'm fine with just trucks bringing that over. We won't go through that much of it during this process. And then I also turned on the acid maker over here for medical, just so we have a buildup of acid ready to go. But with all of that turned on, let's see. The way we are going to do this is, let's pause all of these over here. Same with these. Oh, there we go. There we go. So that's all of the housing paused. As well as, let's do our waste treatment. I started tearing this down already. In between, while I was waiting just to salvage some of the parts, especially the construction 3s. We needed a lot to get everything going. But we'll pause all of that. So that should be everything there ready to go. So now we can come over here. We'll unpause all of this. And we do need some more people, so I'll leave some free housing available for everyone. I did already top up our water here, so the settlement should be fine to kick into production. And I think that is it. Yeah, I already filled up the server racks, so that should be good. Let's see. It's gonna take a second while the water gets chilled over here. There we go. And alright, we got our data centers back on. We have the food already available for these settlements. It looks like our demand is 55 potatoes. So we're making about 3, 5, 4, 4, 5, 5. It's gonna be close, but we'll start getting some more. That 8th farm turned on. The other thing we can do, I think first priority is going to be getting medical up and running. So I'll unpause that. We are still short of people. So let's get some more housing turned on. We should be fine for that. I also hooked up the water over here for the seawater and the drainage for the brine. So this is right on the side of where eventually we'll fill everything in. So we'll keep that out of the way until we have this filled in, and then we'll reroute it to right here. Just so the trucks aren't destroying anything. Let's see. So what we can do, okay, yeah, we already have our growth boost on. We'll turn off our health boost, just so we get some unity back while we are populating the town. So with medical, we should have our fuel gas coming in. We use that to turn into hydrogen. over here. So that will make hydrogen and carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is just vented for the most part, except for we do use it to combine with the hydrogen to make ethanol. And then we take the ethanol and the plastic, and that's how we get our disinfectants. Then we make our medical equipment. That makes our medical 1. Then medical 2, we need antibiotics. Antibiotics we are making with sugar over here, so we are producing sugar. And then our biomass comes out, and then we use the biomass as the primary input for the steam. And then that steam is used to crack the fuel gas, as well as, yeah, I think just that. But that makes us the medical 2. With medical 2 up and running, that goes into our medical 3 here. Medical 3, we need the morphine, so that's made over here with the acid, glass, and the poppy. That makes the morphine, and then we take rock, mix it with acid, that gets us our hydrogen fluoride. So we're doing that twice, and then we're mixing that with ammonia and some steel to get our anesthetics, and then that is making our medical equipment 3. And this will produce 48. And that should be enough over here. We load that in, and then we should see our hospital here jump up for bonus unity, as well as some health increase as well. And it looks like our power is running out. So let's go turn on another power plant. That's going to be these guys right here, which means we'll need another one of these and another one of those. So that's half our power plant almost turned on. Yeah, 3 out of 8 so far. Settlement has lower supply of water. That should be fine though. It's just taking a little bit of time for the steam to get processed through. And then I think we can turn 2 of those on, and then 2 of these on. That will take the steam from the exhaust scrubber, and we'll use that to start making some additional water. Okay, that's all good. We are getting rid of our dirt. I did hook up the organic fertilizer, so we have a pipe now that runs all the way back to our oil refinery through our spaghetti of pipes to this tank, where it goes out, gets split, and then I just added in a balancer on top of our refinery over here that will prioritize in the organic fertilizer instead of using this recipe here. So that will help with the production of our fertilizer 2s. So that should be good. We're low on fuel gas over here. What we can do is turn on imports for this, as well as allowing trucks to bring fuel gas in. They should be able to deliver right there. And what they'll do is just take fuel gas from here and then transport it over. And then I just added in a pipe here to connect in. And this will just be temporary until we have our backlog and we start using our digesters to make fuel gas. But we have 86 workers available. We can start turning on the rest of our food build here. And then I'll also turn on one of our mixers here to start getting us some animal feed. Once we have some animal feed built up, then we can start doing the trade for chickens and get that going. So over here, we will prioritize using corn if it's available to make snacks. Otherwise, we will use potatoes as a backup. But this will start making us our snacks here. Using the canola here to make cooking oil on site. We won't have any meat for the moment. Same with sausage, so we can actually pause these guys. We'll let the wheat over here run so I can build up some flour. This is our cake production. We don't have any eggs, so we can pause all of these for the moment. We'll let this run, that way it builds up the flour and sugar that we need. This is making our bread, and then we have our tofu here. Animal feed is coming along. We won't run any food packs for the moment. Same with crew supplies since we don't have the recipe and we don't need it. Medical is doing good. So we should see, yeah, our Unity is now up to 5 just from the food that we are getting. And then our healthcare is giving us plus 25 health. So our health is nice and high, which means, yeah, we already turned that off. Okay. We do need some more workers though. So let's start unpausing some of our housing. So we are up to 3, 6, 7 housing blocks running. And with that all done, we can also have the trucks get rid of all of this. And let's see how that goes. We can also pretty much get rid of all of these, pretty much everything right here. And all of that. We will quick remove the stuff where we can, just to help the trucks out. There we go. That means we can also get rid of all of this here and this, as well as all of this over here. So start cleaning up this area. And same with these. We'll get rid of the fertilizer, the water. We don't need that anymore. Same with all of this stuff. There we go. And all of that. And then once we have enough Unity, we'll try and use Unity to move the vegetables and potatoes over to the new settlement. Nothing there. Yeah, it looks like we'll have to delete everything going this way. Okay, so that's done. In the meantime, the trucks did finish filling this area in. We'll leave this for later. I figured filling in our old sand pit's more important, so we'll get that filled in now. And then the other thing is our iron. We dug everything down, so we are digging deeper now. So now we're down to minus 25. And I figure we'll cut through this way and then start digging this out as the priority, and then fill it back in towards the coal. That will give us room over here so we can start looking into doing trains. That way we can dig this out a little bit quicker. We'll need to move some of this around so we can get access to this iron. Yeah, we'll have to move some of these belts. The other thing we can talk about is with doing electronic 3s into maintenance, we are starting to get gold out of our recycling plant now. So what we'll do on our recycling plant, we'll add in over here. So we have it currently filtering copper, then iron, then glass. I added in a gold scrap here. We're not making that much of it at the moment. So we'll just take that gold scrap, turn that directly into gold with a furnace. So we'll just unpause one of these. This will run and process all of our gold scrap. And then I added in a alert here, so if this fills up, then we know to add more. Forgot to add that guy. But we'll just have a simple belt here, goes to a storage, same thing, just an alert here if it fills up. And then a belt that goes up, over, weaves its way through, over to our gold input. And then on a balancer has a priority as the input to go back to our microchip production. So that's how we will recycle gold. And then the other ones, the trucks are just delivering that over to their scrap storages here for now. Once we have the train stations all laid out, then we'll look at connecting these in with belts so trucks don't have to try and get in over here. But let's see, we got enough power. Food is doing good, it looks like. Let's see, potatoes. Yeah, we'll have to see how it goes. We should have enough over here that we can remove that one. We'll need 40 unity for the next one. But if we look, so we got vegetables, fruits. We have bread coming in. Doesn't look like we have snacks, which is... should have snacks. Oh, we don't have enough potato and corn inputs yet. Yeah, it's gonna take a while for these to back up. Okay. And now comes the slow process of getting rid of the settlement here. Just need one more month. There we go. So that gets rid of the vegetables. And that should have moved the vegetables over here. So we should see, yep, this is full now. And then... where did the vegetables go? Oh, some of them went to our overflow. That is perfectly fine. Okay. So let's look at the breakdown. With the 4.2 update, now we can see how our production is doing. So it looks like we're making about 29 potatoes and we need 38. So we need some more potato production. So I'm thinking we do potato, corn. We just do that a couple times. So that adds in 12. So that's another 20 for potato production. So that should give us plenty of potatoes for the food market and then some extra for making into either snacks. I think they just go to snacks, if I remember right. Snacks and animal feed. And speaking of animal feed, we do have enough animal feed that we can actually start looking. Oh, we got biomass building up. So we'll turn that on over there so we can start emptying that out. And we'll turn just one of these guys on, or one set of these guys on, just so they're ready to go. And then we've added a lot of people, so let's double check, make sure this guy is not backing up. Looks like we are right on the limit, so we'll expand this out. And then this guy is running at about 90%, so we are still good. Steam is backing up, or not backing up. We can barely keep these guys running, so that's fine. Everything else looks good except for seawater. Looks like seawater we are actually short on, so let's turn on these over here. I'll get us some more seawater coming in. We can start filling out the rest of our server farms with the servers that are sitting in storage. Definitely went the wrong direction there. Okay. Alright, so let's use some Unity, get rid of some of these, and then same time delete some more of the old settlement. We can also get rid of this, and that water pipe as well. That will delete it all the way back to there. Okay. So that's good. That's gonna free up a lot of room over here. And let's see, anything else? Looks like copper is slowly going down, but our copper plate is staying fine. Yeah, we got a backlog over here. I think we're good at the moment. We are waiting on that microchip production. Let's see. Any other food items being added in? We do need some more fruit, it looks like. So let's look here. Yeah, we should be making vegetables. Barely any though, 4.8. So I think we'll do fruit and vegetable on here. And we'll copy that one over as well. Get us a little bit more fruit and vegetables getting produced. Not having any vegetables coming out? What's going on? Let's see. How's our fertilizer doing? We are good on fertilizer. Okay. Okay, yeah, we do have vegetables coming out. Okay. Alright, so potatoes. How's potatoes doing? Breakdown. Okay, yep, we are making enough potatoes now, which means our corn should also be going up. So corn. Yep, so we are making enough corn as well. That's good. Oh, we may need soybeans. Let's see, do we have tofu coming in? Need 30 tofu, so that's pretty much all 3 of these running. Yeah, we need more soybeans. So we'll do soybeans and I think vegetables. We'll do that for all 4 of these here. And then let's also get our next set of farms going. So we'll do something like that. Like that. I think I'm just doing 1 pipe, yeah. So just 1 pipe. Here we go. Unpause these. And then, yeah, this side. There we go. So we'll get that built. That connects these in. And these guys are going to output up here. There we go. So unpause all of this. Unpause all of this. So I was moving the farms out of the way. That way trucks can get in here and place everything that we need. Okay. And then what I'll do is just go ahead and build everything through there. And that should be good. So that will get some more farms up and running. So we're ready to go. And then let's do our chickens. So we'll do our quick trade. So that's going to use our construction part 2s for 30 chickens. So we will unpause one of these, and then let's trade chickens. So sold out. So we bought almost 500 chickens. So I think we'll do 4 farms for now. And we'll remove all and then add 50. So we got 150, 150. There we go. Kind of keep everything in line with each other. Should give us enough chickens for the moment. That will start making us cake, sausage, and meat. So we'll unpause all of the rest of our food build, which means we need one more housing. So let's start up here. And we'll do an extra 3 of them. That way we have some spare people. Health is really good. Our pollution is good. So that's all good. The other thing we could look at doing is doing computation. That would get us some more unity. So just giving the people internet. We could do that right over here. So if we built that, we would need to give them 261 teraflops. So I think that is fine, which means we'll need to do at least one more data center. There we go. Yep. And then that will increase our unity. So we are getting some tofu in there now. Let's see. Yeah, so we got tofu, some fruit. Still no snacks. That's because potatoes need to fill this guy up first. Yeah, so gonna take a little bit more time. We got all of this going. There we go. And trucks are putting in the concrete over here, just so we have a nice concrete pad around the settlement. Research is going. Yeah, it looks like it went out there for a little bit for population. Construction parts are all good. Resources looks like sand may not be keeping up, but that might just be the trucks getting backlogged on all the jobs that they're trying to do. Yeah, sand. Copper, it's going down, but I think we're still fine for the moment. These guys are doing their thing. Let's keep deleting this stuff over here. Let's see. Just try and speed this up. Come on. There we go. There we go. Just get rid of this. We don't have the ship upgrades yet. Okay. And what are trucks having issues getting to? Probably, yeah, some of these greenhouses. Okay. You guys can get to that one. Alright. I think... Okay, let's go down the middle here. Like that. Should build all the different things underneath that we need. We just need to plug in our water here. There we go. Okay, so that should start plugging in the water and fertilizer for everything. And then we should have both belts underneath built, looks like it. Yeah, and then everything's hooked up to the balancers. Yeah, and balancers have been built. I just need to build these two. And I think I'll just allow vehicle or the trucks to build everything out here on that side. There we go. Just waiting on the last of the glass here. And waiting on trucks to empty out the rock over here. Kind of makes sense because we have overloaded the trucks with all these different jobs. So, it's going to take a little bit of time, but they should dig all of that out. Or dump all of that. Yeah, all of this has been unloaded. Just this water here. There's that. And that. Oh, we need to get rid of our gravel here. But it's not too big of a concern. Might be nice to have the fuel station out here, so I'll leave that for now. I don't think we have any trucks assigned to it. Yeah. Okay. This is almost filled in. We have this up and running. So we have bread. We got tofu coming in. Fruit is just barely keeping up. I think tofu is just the soybeans. So if we look at our production of corn breakdown, so we're making 82, and yep, we have plenty of corn production. Let's do soybeans. So 33, we need 23, so we should start keeping up now. Yeah, we should see that with, okay, yeah, these guys are starting to produce. Okay. So there's all of that. Yeah, you guys are good. You guys can get built. And now we should be good to put these back in. There we go. And that will get us another 16 farms that we can use. So yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on everything and see what our bottlenecks are. And then we'll just change the farms around as we need. But we should have chickens producing eggs and carcasses. So that should be fine. Looks like we have plenty of water throughput for now. Yeah, this guy is not coming down. And then water over in refinery is getting a little low. But that should be fine as we are producing more and more waste over here. We should start making more and more water. Same with fuel gas over here. Yeah, that will just help us make more and more water. This guy's running 100%, 17%. Put some more servers in. That looks like just rock backing up. Yeah, it looks like trucks are just busy. But our next research after our microchip production is the vehicle management, which will give us some more trucks. And I'm thinking we'll just throw all of those into probably haul trucks, probably do 20 of them and then 10 more regular trucks. That should give us a lot more ability to clear this stuff out. We'll unpause this so that's up and running again. We'll get the crew loaded on there in preparation. So yeah, we got about 90 people free. And we should be good to unpause our second research lab. And we'll start doing about 120 research. Yeah. So that should be good. Medical is backing up. Yeah, we're running at 48 and we only need 24 for the settlement, so that's plenty. Corn is almost backed up. And potatoes are slowly going up. Canola's good, sugarcane's good. And yeah, vegetables and fruit are still kind of iffy. We got a low supply of sand, that's just trucks taking time. Yeah, I think that's just the way it's gonna be for now. But I think I will end the episode here. So got a lot done. Moved the settlement over today. Got the food up and running. So health is a lot better. Unity is going up. Yeah, we're getting meat and eggs now. Tofu And as we get more of these different food bonuses, it's going to reduce the demand on the other food types. So as our meat and eggs go up, same with sausages, we'll start using less of everything else. Same with snacks and cake. But that should help us a lot with Unity, which means that we can keep our maintenance reducers up high. We could even start looking at maybe doing recycling or our farming boost, or research efficiency, stuff like that to help lower the demand on our resources, either our ores or our oil. Speaking of oil, how's our patch over here? So we got 100,000 barrels left. And then we'll need to run a pipe over to this guy, and this will be our last big reserve. But I think I will end the episode there. So thank you so much for hanging out and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.